Welcome to the Mix Zone, Baz and Ped. Let's just go through the games, Ped, and we'll pick bits out. First one we'll talk about is Columbus Crew and Orlando City. Jason Christ got the Orlando City job in the week. Quick reaction to that. I know we discussed it last week, but good appointment, do you think?
Yes.
That's for the quick one. He done it. 2-2 at Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
Went 2-0 down.
Great comeback for Orlando. Sloppy goals again. We spoke about the Orlando defence and the lack of organisation, and maybe that was definitely a place where Orlando, if they could get, we said this didn't we? And they just looked really unorganised, and we've seen the Crew just waltz through them twice basically. Players getting pulled out of position. People, it was a mess. They've gone 2-0 behind, but if Orlando are anything, they're great offensively, and they've used all that second half, Kaka coming on as well, and got themselves back into the game. So they've done that twice in the last couple of weeks, haven't they? So that's good to build off. But it also shows what they need. They need an organiser at the back. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, like you said, defensively they're brilliant. Obviously, Kevin Molino is having a great season. He got them back into it, didn't he? Kyle Larin, great header for the equaliser. Again, a Molino cross. Kaka at the bar, Larin at the bar. So they've got all that. Just a quick one on Columbus Crew. Not quite happening for them this season, is it? Ninth position at the moment.
They've had a hangover, haven't they, from last season. Some would say Portland have had a bit of a hangover as well. This is a typical sort of MLS thing, isn't it? Having that little bit of a... They've had their own little issues as well, obviously, with their Kaikamara as well. So they'll be disappointed with not... The home form last season was what really propelled them. So
they've drawn 10 matches, Columbus, out of the 20, drawn 50% of the games. Lying 9th position at the moment, but they're only 7 points adrift of the Revs in the last playoff place.
Yeah, that's what makes playoffs really interesting, isn't it? Is the fact that these teams can have a sort of a good second half of the season and get themselves back up there. Yeah,
Orlando City, they're one win off the Revs. They're the place below the game in hand, so that would take them into the playoff places if they could do that. But just another little bit of news I've got here. Orlando City have brought in Jose Aya, probably his name. He's a 6'4" centre-back from Uruguay, 23. So they got him on a 6-month loan to have a look at him.
Interesting.
Centre-half, I mean... That's where they're struggling, aren't they?
Yeah, that's definitely where they're struggling, and I mean 23. I mean that sounds a little bit. Well, it doesn't sound young. It is young, isn't it?
Yeah.
That sounds to me like, I mean, they could probably do with a bit more experience, if anything.
Yeah.
So, but they do need
better defenders, don't they?
Better defenders. So that will help.
Yeah. Okay. Real Salt Lake 1, San Jose 1. Wando amongst the goals again. Mulholland with the goal, getting a goal back for Real Salt Lake. San Jose, weird, very strange side for me. Very good at home, away from home, just don't travel well.
I mean, both sides are really not doing anything, are they? Not pulling up any trees. And
Real Salt Lake in 5th, they're having a better season than last season.
Yeah, but they're
handily placed, but they started off brilliantly.
They're just not. They are what they are. They're not full of any sort of amazing talent. Decent teams. San Jose have got Wando to get the goals. You worry if he wasn't there, where'd he be? But
definitely,
they're a couple of teams in just we said this before. They need to try and attract a little bit better talent.
Yeah,
if they can.
Portland 1, LA Galaxy 2.
Yeah,
Galaxy have been good actually. I don't know why I even hesitated there, because they have been good this season. They've got games in hand as well. They've got, obviously, Steven Gerrard is fit again.
Yeah.
They've got Robbie Keane back from the Euros, where, just on Robbie Keane, scored again at the weekend, of course. Went to the Euros, played very minimal part for Ireland, and Ireland team have done all right. 35, still amongst the top scorers in MLS. How long can he go on for? 35.
I think Galaxy, I think they need to use them a little. Well, they'll have to start using them a little bit more sparingly. he didn't get on for Ireland. I mean, really at all.
No.
Which it was strange that to me in the Euros that he hardly got on when he needed goals in some games, and yet comes straight back to MLS and he's back in it straight away. I mean I suppose that shows you the difference in the levels, but I think he's still got it. He's still probably the best finisher in the league.
Yeah.
And they just need to
look after him.
After him.
Yeah.
Definitely just look after him. And I mean, I don't think they use him every game anyway. Know when to use him. And especially in the early part of the season, it doesn't need to play every game, and then sort of save him a little bit for the end bit where when he's going to have to play a lot of games if they're in the playoffs.
They're in third position at the moment, 35 points, 3 games in hand on Dallas, 6 points behind them. So if they were to win those 3,
interesting game as well, because I think Bruce Arena was basically, there was the stats, and Bruce Arena was saying, well, the only stat that matters is the goals.
Portland battered them second half.
I mean, he's got a point. I mean, going to Portland and getting a 2-1 win was a great result. So he's got a point. The only thing that does matter, is the goals. Yeah. They've rolled the luck. They've got away with it. So yeah, don't see any issues there at all.
Zardes with the other goal, of course, for Galaxy is doing really well this year. Montreal 5, Philadelphia Union 1. Philly having a great season. Montreal being stop-start for Didier Drogba. Yeah. Last week we said he'd been a little bit quiet. This week,
bounce back, hat-trick. Was it him and Piatti back as well?
Piatti was
back as well, and I would say that Philly made some of the goals very easy for him. Yeah. But he used all his experience and his finishing ability, and he's a magnificent player. And you just think again, maybe he's been saving himself a little bit. That's it. I mean, this is what MLS is all about. You don't really need, and Montreal showed this last year, you don't really need to hit form sort of till the tail end of the season. Get yourself in the playoffs, and then if you're on that form, that can take you through. I mean, they didn't have enough last season, but who knows? I mean, if they've got Didier Drogba firing, and he's been saving his legs, saving his knees for the better part of the season, then they might just have that chance.
And Pontius with a goal for Philly. I mean, he's been a big plus for them, hasn't he, Chris Pontius, this year. But Montreal, great win for them. Like you say, Piatti back. He's such an important player, isn't he, for them?
Definitely. Well, he's the man who makes things tick, doesn't he, in the middle of the park, and you've got a finisher like Drogba. It shows as well. I think this is the big thing about MLS is that it's not all about just having a brilliant striker. You need a provider. I mean, if you've got a provider who's also a brilliant striker, then that's brilliant. But if you've got if you've got that tandem, that can really propel you, forward in MLS. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Montreal in 4th place, just a point behind Tim Curtin's Philadelphia at the moment. So, and handily placed again, 2 games in hand on New York City. If they were to win them 2, they'd be top. So, it's the Eastern Conference is very, very tight at the moment, but a great result for them. New England Revolution 1, Chicago Fire 0. Probably a deserved win for the Revs. Watson with the goal late on there keeps them handily placed in the playoff. Chicago bottom. Paunovic's men are doing better than they did last season, but it's still not enough, is it? I think they're missing Sean Maloney and Hunter Jumper. Definitely missing them.
And McGee.
Mike McGee.
They're missing.
They've got a comeback. They had a good result in
missing so many things.
Chicago, come on! What's happening, Chicago Fire fans?
So many things. They're just not a very good team. What can you do?
Well, it's proven
it's all the way through. It's all the way through. It's not.
I mean, there was that we had this last year. I remember we done a little bit on them last year. There was so many things that seemed to be wrong with Chicago Fire. They got rid of Frank Yallop.
They haven't really been addressed, have they?
But it hasn't. I don't know.
Lack of talent.
Okay, let's move on. Toronto FC 4, DC United 1. Giovinco couldn't hit a bull's backside with a banjo lately. Until DC arrived in town.
Two amazing free kicks, his speciality. And when he's playing well and when he's in the groove, they're unstoppable. But again, this goes back to what we've just been saying and something we mentioned last week. He can't do it all on his own. He needs people around him to do it, and the people Toronto have got around him are not good enough, no matter what anyone tells you.
Someone did tell you quite vociferously that Michael Bradley is not rubbish, and neither's Josie.
Who said that?
Someone in the comments.
I'm not really interested in what people say in the comments.
I am, because that's why I
Michael Bradley and Josie are not good enough. They're not good enough. And if you think they're good enough, then
that's the problem.
Then I'm sorry, then you don't fully understand football. Well, listen, I'm telling you.
That's your opinion, it's fine.
Well, it's not my opinion, it's actual fact. It's actual fact. They're not good enough because they're not. Josie Altidore is not a very good centre forward. Michael Bradley is diminishing. Simple as that. Bradley was good once.
Yeah.
But I just don't think he's good enough anymore.
For Heerenveen in Holland.
He's just not good enough anymore. And Altidore is just... He's not very good. Toronto should need to look to invest in bringing more Giovincos over and less Altidores.
I think Bradley, I still think he's a good player, Bradley, I do. I think Altidore is... He's one of those players, Altidore, is that he's fit and starts. He can have a good little run of a few games, but...
Do you know what annoys me about them? It's the money they earn.
Yeah.
It's the money they earn compared to other players.
Yeah, who offer more value.
Who offer more.
Yeah.
At least one of those players has taken up a DP spot that he shouldn't have. Now, Bradley, listen, he's a centre midfield. He's box to box, no issues. The other fella, he's stealing a living. I'm afraid to say he's stealing a living. He doesn't sit on the fence, guys. He's taking food out of someone else's kid's mouth. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
And if they had a decent centre forward, they would be up there. They could smash this league. But they haven't. They've got Joey Altidore.
DC got back into the game when Jeffrey equalised, but conceded very quickly. Delgado put Toronto back in, and then Giovinco took over. DC United, Ben Olsen, they're a little bit, again, they're another one that they look like they've got something, and then other weeks it just doesn't quite work. No. Got Lloyd Sam in there now, but they need, again, I think for them, DC, when I look at DC United, I just think they got nothing up front. They have Saborio who does things. They just got rid of Espandola, they've traded him. For me, lacking a centre forward. DC, I think they've got other players in areas who are decent, lacking a centre forward.
Yeah, well, I mean, to go back to Toronto, 6 points off the top, 2 games in hand. They're still there.
Yeah, they're right.
But it's one man who's...
Yeah. I mean, if something happened to him, and let's hope it doesn't because we want him fit all season, where did the goals come?
Do you know what? They're there, and if they could go out and just get an extra little bit, those fans would get what they deserve. They've got amazing fans. They're just on the stadium. I think I've said everything I need to say.
Yeah.
I just think that don't burn that lad out, because he's one of the best players MLS have ever seen.
Yeah. And
he's showing you week in and week out, and he deserves to win MLS Cup. But he needs players around him to help him do that, and otherwise he's going to just go, see you later.
Yeah.
Because his talent is...
It should be at the
It's amazing. A lot of people in Europe will look at him and go, do you know what? Especially January time, they'll look at him and go, if they're in Europe competition, he's not cup tied, and he's a good player, and we could do that little bit of magic. And I tell you what, someone will. But you keep paying the other fella $90,000 a week for being
on the bench.
Average.
Right, let's move on. You've said everything you need to say about Josie. Colorado Rapids 1, FC Dallas 1. This game was a goal for Hairston again, who scored last week. Pacey, good finisher, could have had a couple of goals, didn't. Ochoa has scored an absolute worldie past Tim Howard. Tim Howard, who made 3 or 4 good saves, but that strike from Ochoa.
What a goal.
Dallas are brilliant. The goal was brilliant, but one notable absentee, Ped.
it. Don't do it.
It looks as though
Fabian, do me a favour, right? If you want to leave, right, that's up to you. I know you've got a little bit of a contract dispute or whatever. You missed this game. Don't go to Turkey, lad.
Don't do it, lad.
Don't go to... Honest to God, right? And it's nothing to do with...
No, it's not to do with that. Just don't go to Turkey.
You will just...
He's going in a league with Nias.
You will go to a league, right, where your talents will just be...
Wasted.
Wasted is the word. Because you will just be kicked to bits. Week in, stay, honest, stay, right? And someone will come for you.
Better.
A better league will come in for you, right? Honestly, if you stay, they will come.
Just see the season out, and in January, Everton will come and get you.
No, someone will come for you, and they will give you good money, and they will put you on the platform that you deserve to be. But don't jump at the first offer and go to Turkey. Turkey is a place where good players disappear to, honestly.
Disappear?
Honestly, it's like that little baby in Labyrinth. You will disappear and you'll be surrounded by a man with a mullet with pants that are just far too tight. You know the script. That's Turkey for you, honestly. And he'll juggle you up in the air while he sings weird songs while there's loads of trolls around you. Honestly, that's Turkey. Baz is lost.
Turkey's great. Labyrinth was great.
No, just don't do it. Just stay.
Just stay where you are.
Stay another day.
Stay now. Fabian, if you've got to go away. No, forget that.
Baz.
I won't do it.
Right. Stick around, but good point.
Good point. But I mean, you know, Dallas top, Colorado second. Colorado dominated 62% of the possession. But Tim Howard's had to pull off 3 or 4 good saves. But
that's Dallas for you.
It keeps them... I mean, Colorado will be made up to... What are they? 3 points adrift of Dallas, 3 games in hand. Sitting incredibly at the moment and just showing you what a fantastic season they have. But don't do it, Fabian. Don't do it. Houston Dynamos 0, Vancouver 0. Let's move on. What can we say? 0-0.
We made up with a draw.
Decent point for Carl Robinson's men on the road.
Houston. Do you know Houston? The problem with Houston is... Again, their games will be lasting about like 4 hours soon for all the drinks breaks they have to have because of how hot it is. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous.
They're another one though. They're still.
I think Houston should be playing all their games at like 11 o'clock at night. But then even the humidity then would probably be ridiculous. I don't know. They need a few players as well. There's short or something. I'm being nice.
Struggling at the bottom.
I'm being nice.
Struggling at the bottom. Getting into the third New York derby in about 3 weeks or so. In about 6
They're
weeks
like buses.
or something. It's ridiculous.
Just turn up when they want.
It's alright, Jake. That's just a laptop. Red Bulls 4, New York City 1.
Yeah. They don't do it by halves, do they?
No.
In these games?
No. The Red Bulls have won their 2 games out of 3, 7-0 and 4-1.
Yeah.
New York City beat them 2-0 a couple of weeks ago.
I fancied New York City in this one because it was an away game for the start.
I know, but I think the Red Bulls were wounded after that defeat at Yankee Stadium. I mean, the game kicked off at midday, wasn't it, at 1 o'clock in the New York sun. Absolutely outrageous for the start, the heat, just for the European market, so to speak. But Bradley Wright-Phillips, back amongst, I mean, the little round the corner by Sasha Klestin for the first goal was absolutely brilliant. But just quickly, Ped, we talked about New York's defence. Klestin, who's a danger, just on the pitch, was just allowed. He just sat in space on the edge of the box. No one even marking him. Yeah. So dangerous. Just got the ball, took a touch, looked up, plays Wright-Phillips in, and he opens the scoring. And you're thinking, he's a danger man. Why isn't anyone picking him up? Yeah. You know, ridiculous.
I mean, Vieira wasn't there, was he? In the stands, having a little spat, which a bit silly of him. Should be falling for stuff like that with all his experience. But you know what was interesting though, because early on, Lampard had a little set to with Dax, looked a little bit wound up, and it was weird because it was more like that actually went against Lampard. You know, he didn't play well. Pirlo didn't play well. Vieira didn't play well, and no one really could fill the gap. And it's a disappointing defeat for them. I'm surprised it was as bad as it was, but I suppose with 2 quite early goals, then they had to go chasing and left themselves wide open.
Well, it's that 2 in 3 minutes again. I mean,
exactly.
The second one was a great header by
when you're chasing back and there is that kind of heat, and the way New York play as well, they're so well defensively drilled as well. It's about organised team. They're so organised,
compact and everything.
I did another team. They had just one. They had just like if they had one absolutely amazing player, they would have no issues winning it because they're so well organised at the back. But no, New York and the heat and having the 3 elderly players playing for them, they just never got back into it. But one thing I would just like to bring up about this game is the New York Red Bull fans. That "Who's your daddy" chant. Just stop it.
Don't like it.
No.
Not a fan.
No, I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
Not a fan of chanting.
He's not a fan.
"Who's your daddy" at the match.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's
got a lot of connotations.
I'm sure there's a lot of people around where we live that would probably need to sing that when they go to the match, but or "Who's my daddy" they'd probably sing. But no, I'm not a fan.
He's not a fan.
Not a fan. Especially when the ground's not full as well. You know, it's a derby, right? The ground wasn't full.
No.
The ground was not full, which is just sad for a start. But the only thing I'd like to say, which was good about this game, was it was nice to see, and I know what happened in the last derby is both teams wearing their proper kits.
Yeah.
None of this, one of them wearing their away kit.
Yeah.
Have it.
It was good.
Red.
Have it.
It's not red, it's white. Versus blue. Do you know what I mean? At least do it properly.
Tommy McNamara, what a goal.
What a goal. Pure anger, wasn't it?
Pure
anger.
Frustration. Boom.
Took it out.
Top bin. Nothing you can do.
Nearly did second half as well.
Nearly. Would have got them back in it.
But
Bradley Wright Phillips. How long did he have in the box, by the way, when he went past the keeper? He just had hours to turn. Remember Marcus Stewart scored a goal like that against Everton years ago? Yeah. Ipswich beat us 3-0. They won't. You won't, but we remember it. But Wright Phillips.
It's great though, isn't it? Because now we've got
great goal.
New York City top, 33 points. Red Bulls second, 31 points. Philadelphia third, 30 points. We've got a game in hand. You've got
but them
top,
3 from
your
that
top
area.
3
Yeah,
is your New York, New York, you know, New Jersey. It's boss. It's great. It's a proper rivalry. I imagine Philly will drop off like a stone.
I don't know, mate. No, Jim Curtin's got them boxed. I'm telling you, they're sound. Just literally.
Is he shutting the? Is he going to shut the
curtains?
Yeah. No, it's great. It's fantastic. You've got a brilliant.
Don't laugh at that, Jake.
You've got a brilliant rivalry there. Now you've got a brilliant rivalry between certainly the top 2, and that's exactly what the East needs.
Yeah, Philly are in there. I'm telling you, Roland Alberg is absolutely brilliant. Pontius and all that. They got spanked, of course. But the final game, we touched on it in another video when we were discussing Seattle Sounders and what's gone on. Your Sporting KC 3 and Seattle Sounders 0. Just briefly, Ped, a very good performance, wasn't it, from Sporting KC?
It was a well organised and controlled performance by Sporting Kansas City. It could have been 8.
Could have.
They weren't playing against much.
Yeah, well, listen to this. 65% possession.
Yeah.
Shots, 19 to Sporting KC. Seattle, 1, 88th minute. 6 on target, 11 off target. Shots blocked. 592 passes by KC, 300 to Seattle. Says it all.
Can I just mention one other piece of genius that might have gone over people's heads about this game?
Go on.
Boiling hot day. Clearly, you have to look at the shirts.
Yeah.
So, Kansas City, what do they wear?
White.
All white.
Reflective.
They don't even... Right. It's not even a kit, I think that's even... I don't even think that kit's registered, because MLS don't have 3 kits anymore. They play in all white, so there's no heat absorption. Genius. Another level. Absolute another level. I'm not talking about Dane Bowers here. I'm talking about...
Where is Dane Bowers?
We're making jokes that these people don't even get. Genius. That's the kind of... Thinking ahead. Do you know what I mean? Like that's Bret Hart thinking that.
It's incredible.
That's cerebral assassin.
The goals, Dom Dwyer, great header for the first goal.
Yeah.
Second goal by Peterson, what a finish, what a strike. Swept into that top bin, it was a delicious finish.
Tremendous.
But the third goal, was Seattle just going, oh yeah, well, it was very Roberto Martinez, wasn't it?
Back pass.
Well, it was a pass across the box, that wasn't to anyone. And Dwyer just went, all right then, in me nice glistening white kit, I'll go on, left pinger, wave to Sydney as he hit it and just give it the big one. Or maybe that was later, but it was right in the corner of the net. 3-0, absolutely destroyed Seattle.
Normally I say things like that.
I know, I was just trying to get one in fairly. But a great result, and SKC ticking along quite nicely at the moment, although they're a little bit... They're at the very MLS, aren't they?
The 10 points off Dallas. But
games in hand.
They're just there. They're just
placed.
They're just there, ticking along. It's all good. All good. You don't have to win every game.
No.
You just use your squad how you need it, and you just get through this period, and then next week's and then
over the hump. After MLS game, then, we are over.
And then that's it. Then.
The hump.
That's when get serious.
There you go. He said it. Let us know what you think in the comments section below about all the games. Any points that we've touched on. What's your opinion on that? Anything we should have talked about and we haven't. Let us know in the comments section below. Look out for our other video on Seattle Sounders. This one will probably be split into two. So if you've watched one, watch the other. Do all of that shizzle. Me and him will see you next week. Take it easy.
Never say shizzle again. Players getting pulled out of position. People... Yeah, it was a mess. They've gone 2-0 behind, but if Orlando are anything, they're great offensively, and they've used all that second half, Kaka coming on as well, and got themselves back into the game. So they've done that twice in the last couple of weeks, haven't they? You know, so that's good to build off. But it also shows what they need. They need an organiser at the back.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, defensively they're brilliant. Yeah. Obviously, Kevin Molino is having a great season. He got them back into it, didn't he? Kyle Larin, great header for the equaliser. Again, a Molino cross. Kaka at the bar, Larin at the bar. So they've got all that. Just a quick one on Columbus Crew. Not quite happening for them this season, is it? 9th position at the moment.
They've had a hangover, haven't they, from last season. Some would say Portland have had a bit of a hangover as well. Yeah. This is a typical sort of MLS thing, isn't it? Having that little bit of a... They've had their own little issues as well, obviously, with their Kai Kamara as well. So they'll be disappointed with not that. The home form last season was what, you know, really propelled them. So
they've drawn 10 matches, Columbus, out of the 20, drawn 50% of the games. Lie in 9th position at the moment, but they're only 7 points adrift of the Revs in the last playoff place.
Yeah, that's what makes playoffs really interesting, isn't it? Is the fact that these teams can have a sort of a good second half of the season and get themselves back up there.
Yeah, Orlando City, they're one win off the Revs. They're the place below the game, and so that would take them into the playoff places if they could do that. But just another little bit of news I've got here. Orlando City have brought in Jose Aya, probably his name. He's a 6'4" centre back from Uruguay, 23. So they got him on a 6-month loan to have a look at him.
Interesting. Centre
half. I mean, that's where they're struggling, aren't they?
Yeah, that's definitely where they're struggling. And I mean, 23. I mean, that sounds a little bit. Well, it doesn't sound young. It is young, isn't it?
Yeah.
That sounds to me like. I mean, they could probably do with a bit more experience, if anything.
Yeah.
So, but you know. They do need
better defenders, don't they?
Better defenders, so that will help.
Yeah, okay. Real Salt Lake 1, San Jose 1, Wando amongst the goals again. Mulholland with the goal, getting a goal back for Real Salt Lake. San Jose, weird, very strange side for me. Very good at home, away from home, just don't travel well.
I mean, both sides are really not doing anything, are they? Not pulling up any trees. And
Real Salt Lake in 5th, they're having a better season than last season.
Yeah, but they're
handily placed, but they started off brilliantly.
They're just not... They are what they are. They're not full of any sort of amazing talent. Decent teams, San Jose have got Wando to get the goals. You worry if he wasn't there, where'd he be? But
definitely,
they're a couple of teams in just, you know, we said this before, they need to try and attract a little bit better talent.
Yeah.
If they can.
If they can. Portland 1, LA Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Galaxy have been good, actually. Yeah. Welcome to the Mix Zone, Baz and Ped. Let's just go through the games, Ped, and we'll pick bits out. First one we'll talk about is Columbus Crew and Orlando City. Jason Christ got the Orlando City job in the week. Quick reaction to that. I know we discussed it last week, but good appointment, do you think?
Yes.
As for the quick one, he done it. 2-2 at Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
Went 2-0
Great
down.
comeback for Orlando. Sloppy goals again. We spoke about the Orlando defence and the lack of organisation, and maybe that was definitely a place where Orlando, if they could get, we said this couple of weeks, and they just looked really unorganised, and you know, we've seen the Crew just waltz through them twice basically.